This is Real Talk Baseball and Carlos Baseball. With me, as always, is Ernie Orange, and the guy in the middle is our friend Jamal. He's our special guest today. How's it going, Jamal?
Going great. This is awesome. Thank you for inviting me on.
We're live, man. We're live. So if you have any peeps that you want to give a shout out to, go ahead and do it right now. But before you do
Oh
that,
man,
I
so
need to,
many
I need to
peeps.
see,
Yeah.
I need to see how my man Ernie's doing over there. How's it going, Ernie?
Hey, well, we're doing great out here. We're enjoying a great week of baseball. One more month of baseball to go, and we're getting ready for that playoff run for most of these teams. So we're excited to go. We had some great series this weekend. We had the Padres versus Dodgers. We had the classic rivalry of the Red Sox versus the Yankees. We'll all have it here in Real Talk Baseball for the next power hour. So stay tuned. We have a lot of great news. And then, Jamal, thank you for stopping by. We're happy to have you here. I know you're a big Yankee fan. We're excited to hear what you have to say as a Yankee fan and how they're performing these days.
Definitely. And don't forget, we need to talk about Kyle Tucker, his injury, and what does that mean to the Cubs? And also the discussion of the realignment. I don't know if you guys heard what's going on out there, but it seems that Rob Manfred is trying to realign the divisions and to add two more teams to the league. But first, let's go ahead and talk about Zack Wheeler. If you didn't hear the news, he's going to the IL. He's going to be out 8 to 10 months. Not weeks, months. He's missing the rest of the season. So that's a huge loss for the Phillies. And I mean, he had a blood clot. It's crazy, dude. It's life threatening if you really think about it. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, this is a tough situation. Unfortunately, Zack Wheeler, he was having a Cy Young caliber season again. And, he's approaching in his 35 years old of age. And, he's a little bit of a veteran now these days, but he continues to perform really well for this Phillies rotation. So sad to see him go. He may definitely, hurt the Phillies' chances. But, I mean, luckily the Phillies have a deep rotation in this MLB right now. And at the end of the day, I think we just want to hope that Zack Wheeler gets better. And the health is his most important thing these days. He's dealing with the thoracic outlet syndrome. It's a scenario that a lot of people don't really have ever heard of. It's dealing with blood issues. And unfortunately, it's something really, scary. And I think he just needs to sit it out and, focus on his health. He'll bounce back. This is what Zack Wheeler does. He's a true ace in this game, and he's a Hall of Famer in this future. But will this Phillies team be affected, Jamal? Do you think this loss of Zack Wheeler, is that a big deal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, anytime you're losing the starting pitcher of the caliber of Zack Wheeler, it's going to be a huge blow. This is where the rotation comes in, where Aaron Nola, I'm looking at you. You got to step up, man. And Taijuan Walker as well. Like, these guys are near the end of the rotation here. So you got to go Christopher Sanchez as your ace now, like in the series. After that, I think I go Luzardo, then Suarez, and then probably put Nola in there. But he's been making it tough. He had a good start Saturday but it was the Nationals too, so we got to keep that in mind. But hopefully, that was the start he needed to jumpstart his season. So
That's true. And I mean, when you look at a team like this, right, and you're seeing that everything is clicking in all cylinders for them, they are getting older. This team has been together for a while now. Some of these guys are going to be free agents at the end of the season. What does that do for a team? Because I know if I had a teammate that goes down, I'm going to be like, I need to step up. I need to start doing something for us to win the World Series. Let's do it for Zack Wheeler this year. And this is what we got to do. And I'm pretty sure in the clubhouse, you have Bryce Harper in there that's a freaking leader for all this Phillies. And they're probably like, you know what? We need to win it for him. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going on in this clubhouse. Or do you think different?
I mean, I totally agree with you there. I mean, you have to win for Zack Wheeler. This is windows closing so quickly. This is the best team you've ever built. Dave Dombrowski's done a great job. He brought in Jesus Luzardo in the offseason to build this rotation just in case of a major injury like this. So, I mean, you're talking about Christopher Sanchez, the guy that just came out of nowhere, being a true ace, potentially Cy Young this year out there that is available as a young prospect that could also take over. Maybe it's time to call him up in September and see what he could bring to the table for this deep playoff run. But other than that, this Phillies team is deep. They're loaded, and they could definitely make a run for it. It's just they lost a true ace, but they're going to need their other pitchers to pick it up for sure.
That's for sure.
It's like I I've been so back and forth on this whole thing. It's like, should they call Andrew Painter? Should they not? But it's like that's kind of a lot to put on a young prospect like right out. And he hasn't been having the best
Right.
series or the best of times out in Lehigh right now. I think a lot of that might be frustration and wanting to get called up. But yeah, that's kind of hard to put on the top prospect there. A lot of pressure. So I don't know if I would lean heavy on saying, "Hey, let's call this kid up and have him, as your next starter there for a critical series or something."
Yeah, usually that's how all stars get made. You get put in the situation where they're gonna be able to succeed, and sometimes they prove everybody wrong, and they're like, "We're ready." So if it happens that way, we get to see a star, rise up when they need them. And you know what? We're gonna see a lot of stars with the Phillies because the Phillies, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be playing for Zack Wheeler this year. They're gonna try to get that World Series title, and they're gonna make it a pretty interesting run to the playoffs. So let's move to the next topic. We got the Yankees and Red Sox. I know they're playing right now, but the first 3 games did not look well. And Jamal, you are a Yankee fan. I'm going to let you go first on this one. What's going on with the Yankees right now, man?
Oh, yeah. Where do we start, right? I mean, it just seems like it looked like they were getting it together in the Rays series. And, Jose Caballero was, having his revenge tour against the Rays there, it seemed like. And then all of a sudden, the game 1 starts on Friday, and it seems like everybody disappears right now.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, I wish I had a better answer for what's going down with the Yankees. I mean, I've said before, I do think it starts with the skipper there, Mr. Boone, unfortunately, but there's just a lot of different issues right now. But hopefully they can hold on to this lead. Trent Grisham has just been amazing. I mean, the 2 home runs in this game, he's been really a light in what has been a pretty frustrating season so far.
Ernie? Ernie? You hear us? I think we're having a little bit of difficulty. Ernie, can you hear us? I think he got stuck.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
There,
There he is.
yeah, there he goes. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead, man. We're talking Yankees.
Man.
Yeah, we're talking Yankees. So, what do you think what's going on with the Yankees, dude?
No, what's going? I can't hear you guys. I'm so sorry. Let me log back.
Okay. So yeah, it happens, dude. It's a live show, and Jamal's in the East Coast. We're out here in the West Coast, just talking baseball. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, this is what happens when we have a live show. Please put your questions on the comments. We're gonna go through them, and we're gonna be talking Yankees. We're talking Yankees, Red Sox right now. I know the game's going on, but for me, I feel like Aaron Judge has been a little bit down ever since we went to the IL. And because he went down, the Yankees haven't been the same since. I feel like they're playing down, they're playing up, they're playing down. And then right now against the Red Sox, when they need the team to step up and beat up on the Red Sox, they're not doing it, dude. And let me give you a little stat on the last 30 games from Aaron Judge before this game. He's been batting .219, 23 hits, 8 home runs, 21 RBIs, 21 runs scored. It's not bad, but that batting average is a little low than we're used to. I know he's batting .325 in the season, but they need to step up against these teams that are playoff contention teams like the Red Sox. So I just feel like maybe the Yankees are going through that World Series hangover. And, a lot of people say, oh, that's not real. That's not real. I think it is. It has to be real. I mean, you see them every day, Jamal, right? Am I saying something wrong?
No, and I do wonder. It does seem like we're kind of, the coaching staff is downplaying this injury with Aaron Judge. There was a weird report that came out this week saying, "Oh no, he's fine," and then it just seems to be really sudden. We're talking about a serious elbow injury here a couple weeks back, and it started, and now all of a sudden, oh no, he's good to go. So there's very conflicting reports with that. I don't think he's all the way healthy. But yeah, there's still other issues to address aside from Aaron Judge. I mean, look at Anthony Volpe right now. He's the leader or tied. I think Ellie De La Cruz maybe overtook him for league lead in errors, but there's just a lot of disarray right now.
There is. Ernie, you back? Can you hear us? Oh,
I am. And this Yankee
okay.
team's been playing horrible lately. Can you guys hear me? Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
I guess I'm ready to give my take on this Yankees.
Yeah.
I guess I've just been so frustrated with the Yankees. Even as a guy in the West Coast, I just continue to see this team get really streaky. They get really hot. They perform really well against some teams, and then they start hitting the shit again against the Red Sox. I can't believe they cannot beat them. It's a young team. You got to overtake them. They're your division rivals, and they're really frustrating to see them right now. I don't think they're going to make a deep run, and I think the question is, how long is Aaron Boone going to stay in that clubhouse? Can he stay past this season the way they're performing right now? Because they're definitely struggling. You were having high hopes going into this trade deadline after that bullpen trades you made, and it's not been working out so well. I think Jamal brings a good point. Aaron Judge still looks a bit banged up, and he's a leader of this clubhouse. And unfortunately, the guys surrounding him are not picking him up and not delivering like they're supposed to. So I don't know, man. I think it has to do something with the development. Minor leagues are not developing these guys. They're having huge expectations, but they're not being huge promises. Like Jason Dominguez hasn't lived up to expectation. Volpe, Austin Wells, guys that were supposed to be the next big thing, and it just hasn't worked out for this Yankee team. So maybe it's time to start fresh. What do you think, Jamal? I don't see this Yankee team making a deep run with this current situation right now.
Yeah.
No, and it was like Champagne in the comments was commenting as well. The bullpen, look what they got. Looked like really on paper good arms coming out of the trade deadline. You get Camilo Duvall, you get David Bednar, but even they have been getting rocked late in games, and it's really hurt the late bullpen situation. They're the 8th, 9th inning there. That's really what's been hurting the Yankees here as of late.
Yeah, and you know what? The Yankees had a chance to go ahead and get another top infielder. We're talking about Anthony Volpe. They've been talking about him since the season started and last year as well, that he hasn't been able to get ground balls. You saw two plays this weekend that could potentially cost him, the game, right? And you're looking at Volpe, and he's making some errors that, Derek Jeter did not make. And you're kind of comparing the both, and a lot of people say don't compare them, but you have to compare them. It's kind of like out here in Los Angeles, we had Kobe Bryant. We're comparing him to LeBron James. We have to compare them. Like that's just the thing that happens when you have a great team. And the Yankees are a top team. So when you have the Yankees and you have your minor league system and you have everybody that's playing down there, and then hit the big leagues and they're not performing, that's when the fans get on them. Now, my question is, are they ready for this big media that's out in New York? Because in New York is different than any other city. And we have to put it out there, because there's players that's gone to the Yankees that have been successful with other teams, but when they go to the Yankees, they don't perform. This is where we're at right now. Do you think some of these players are not ready to be in the big leagues because of that factor?
Yeah, and Dippin' Dots there in the comments, he had a good question there. Why did the Yankees go after Ryan? There was a lot of different things that the Yankees were looking at for the trade deadline, and I don't think that was one of the major moves that were. I don't think Yankees fans came out of that feeling great. Like, oh, Ryan McMahon, here we go. We're World Series bound. To his credit, he did have some good homer games and here and there and such, but I think some of the bigger names were the real disappointment there. You look at Joe Ryan was a big name mentioned at the deadline. They didn't get him. I don't think starting pitching has been okay, but I think as Champagne alluded to in the comments there, I think the real issue has been the bullpen. It is, and like you said, Carlos, just the bright lights in New York might be a little bit too much for some of these guys. that were the best closers in Pittsburgh, in Milwaukee, and they may not be able to handle that pressure.
Yeah. Ernie?
Yeah, man, I totally agree with you. This was one of my biggest concerns in the trade deadline. How would these guys perform under those bright lights? And I also had question marks how Aaron Boone was going to use them for the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. He's been playing mix and match with these bullpen guys, has not really gotten the right decision every match. And that's cost the Yankees a lot of games recently. So, I mean, I think Aaron Boone, is he somebody to be blaming? I think so. I mean, I think he's lost the clubhouse at this point. These guys are not performing really well. And at this point, I'm asking myself, how much can you really have Anthony Volpe playing short? You did go for Amed Rosario. You have Jose Caballero. I think he's going to be a better defensive player than Volpe is playing right now. I think this guy's just lost his confidence, and I think the media is just eating him up. And Ryan McMahon was supposed to be a bright defensive spark to this team. He's been okay. I mean, he does what he could do. And I mean, he was supposed to take advantage of that right field porch. And, you know, like Jamal said, he's taking advantage of it some games, but hasn't been that big presence in the middle of that batting order. So I think there was bigger names out there. Nolan Arenado's one to mention. That was a big star that could have been brought to New York and could have been easily a huge impact to this Yankee roster right now.
Yeah. And okay, so before we move on to the next topic, are the Yankees making the playoffs? And, you know, be honest. I think this prediction from here on out, Jamal, I'm putting you on the spot. Are the Yankees making the playoffs? Oh no, we lost Jamal.
Oh man, well let me just go. I guess because Jamal's getting his service, but I want to say the Yankees will still make the playoffs. I think they still have enough depth and have enough roster to make a deep run in September. I mean, they're going to be a wild card team. There's no way they're catching up to this Blue Jays team for that first place. And after this atrocious performance against the Red Sox this weekend, you proved to me that you don't have enough to make a deep run yet. They're going to finish third in the wild card, and unfortunately, I think they're going to be a first-round exit. It sucks, but it's going to be the best thing that can happen to Yankee fans. Let me tell you, being a first-round exit in the wild card is only going to open the doors for a new manager, hopefully a new GM, and a fresh start for these Yankee fans. Because the Yankees continue to give these Yankee fans a lot of hope and just continue to let them down for this team.
That's true. Jamal, we got your back, man. We didn't get to hear your answer. What's the answer? We heard Ernie already.
The fan in me wants to say yes. Like, absolutely, they're going to rock it and get into the playoffs. And there's still a bit in me that's like they're going to turn this thing around. They're going to get a little bit more series, like the Rays series, and they're going to sneak into that wild card. But Ernie, I do agree with you. I do feel like maybe this is the year where it's like, okay, let's reset. So, evaluate our needs during the off season, and this could be a blessing in disguise in a lot of ways. But I am not giving up hope yet. I'm going to go down with the Titanic here because I know I can swim.
That's good though. That's good. That's part of being a fan. That's part of being a fan. And you cannot say my team's not making it or my team's not going to do this. You always have to back your team up. And then the baseball comes into you. The baseball fan comes in you and let's say, you know what? I need to step up a little bit back and see what they really need to do to make it further. I'm in that same situation. And this is our next topic, Dodgers Padres. The Padres were trying to go after that sweep today. And it showed that they were about to do it, and the Dodgers got a little bit of fight today. But I still say the Padres have a better team than the Dodgers. And a lot of Dodger fans are going to come after me because of that, but that's the truth. I feel like the Padres bullpen is deeper than the Dodgers. Their batting lineup is deeper than the Dodgers right now because the Dodgers haven't done a lot. Unless they wake up, they'll be okay, but they haven't done it. And then the Padres are more hungry. Why? Because this is their 5th year contending and trying to win the West, trying to go to the World Series and win and get their first World Series title. So, with that said, what do you guys think about that?
I mean, I want to say this Padres team is deep as could be. I mean, AJ Preller has built this roster over the past 5 years, building it to be a winning club, and he's doing so. AJ unfortunately fell short last season in that playoff run against the Dodgers, but this year looks a little different. After this Dodger team continues to be banged up, I don't know how much longer they could continue this success with the bullpen being taxed the way it is. And I don't see them doing this a second year in a row. So I think this Padres team has what it takes to overtake the Dodgers this year. And I mean, it's one of the best rivalries right now we have in baseball. I think the Padres has been bringing that rivalry that we really need in baseball. That Red Sox Yankee kind of fell apart these past couple seasons. And I feel like the Padres fans have brought that spark, brought that fight against the Dodgers fans, and they're finally ready to win. So, I mean, this Padres team has what it takes to win. They have the bullpen. They have the rotation. You, Darvish, Nestor Cortez, balling out. Are you serious? How is that even possible against this deep Dodgers lineup? And those two guys are balling out, then you're in trouble.
True. Go ahead, Jamal.
Yeah. I think I do. Today Freddie Freeman said, let's pump the brakes here a little bit." It's just absolutely going off. 2 homers. He's been looking good lately. He's been coming around. It looked like he was battling something there, but the Padres Dodgers right now, this kind of has the feel of like what the Yankees and Red Sox were. You know what I mean? Like back in the 2000s, there, Pedro going, "Who are you, Karim Garcia?" That's like that type of feel. They've got kind of a heavyweight showdown here, where there's actually some animosity between the teams. That you could go back to Manny Machado. There's some. Dodgers didn't like how he handled himself when he was a Dodger, and so he goes over to San Diego, and he's bringing his attitude and really the culture there. Slam Diego. Let's go get the attitude going there with it, and then obviously the hit incidents. What happened with Tatis. There's a lot of fuel to the fire here, and this is probably the best, I would say the best rivalry in all of baseball right now, just because you got that. There's not any fraternizing, if you will, between the players. I'm going to hang out, I'm going to work out with you during the off season. There's some bad blood here. And I think it's good for baseball. You like to see teams like going all out like that. So.
Yeah, and you know what?
See, Carlos, it is a rivalry. It is a rivalry, Carlos. I've been trying to prove it to Carlos for the whole past season.
Wait, but I've been saying it is. I said it is. I didn't say it wasn't. Last year I said it wasn't. This year I said, all right, I can accept it. I can accept it.
It took you a while to accept it. It took you a while. Let's just throw that out there.
Look, you know what? You have to take it that way. Let me ask Jamal. Jamal, did you take into early 2000s when the Red Sox started building their team? Did you consider them a rivalry right off the bat in those 2000?
So, like right away? Like, I mean,
right away, exactly.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, there was some fierce battles going on there. They were building to overtake the Yankees for sure. So, and then obviously they succeeded in 2004. But yeah, I would say right now, like this might be. As some people might not like this take, but I would say Padres and Dodgers is probably over. You might like Carlos might be on here next week with a toilet seat over the Padres side instead of the Giants. The Giants have kind of faltered here lately. I don't know if anybody saw the show last week, but I think it's in the shot there. Carlos got the toilet seat over the Giants symbol there.
Yeah, right there.
So I think we might be seeing the Padres there before long, the way this rivalry is shaping up. So the Giants are kind of faltering a little bit. So and the Padres. The pitching is kind of neck and neck. I still give an edge to the Dodgers overall. Kershaw has looked amazing considering his age still. But yeah, I think this is where it's at right now in baseball.
Yeah, and you know what? It's great for baseball. It did take me a while to accept it to be a rivalry. Ernie's right, but this year I've been saying it's a rivalry, and then we saw the Giants playing good baseball. When the Dodgers played the Giants, it felt so good beating them, like more than what it did with the Padres, to be honest. And I'm not saying that, oh, I'm gonna be different. I'm not gonna like that rivalry. I do like the rivalry. Why? Because it brings that playoff atmosphere back into your home, and you're thinking like, man, this is what we're gonna look at playoff base. This is playoff baseball in the regular season. That's perfect, right? So I think moving forward, and this is where a lot of Dodger fans are gonna agree with me. If the Padres don't win the division, and if they don't win the World Series this year, they're gonna be the real chokers moving forward. And I mean, that's going to be a title they're going to have to accept. Why? Because they've been telling us since 2017 that we've been choking because we lost to the Astros, cheating year. And then 2018, we lost to the Red Sox. So with them not winning the division, from 2020 all the way to 2025, they don't win the division, chokers, big time. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know if you guys agree with that, though.
I mean, you have a strong case for that. I mean, they have been in the mix in the fight in those playoff runs. They did take you guys out in one of the playoff runs in 2023. Now, this year matters the most. This is one of the huge, crucial years for this Padres roster. It's built to win, and it's a World Series or bust. So I want to ask you guys, who do you think is going to make it further this year, the Dodgers or the Padres?
Go ahead, Jamal. I'll let you go first.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear the question. There was a little bit of breaking up there.
I was asking who's going to make the deeper run in the playoffs? Who's going to get further? Will it be the Dodgers or the Padres?
I think it's going to be the Padres.
Oh,
I think this is going to be it. Yeah, I think this is going to be the year right now. I mean, obviously, Cortez and Darvish, like they pitched well for this series. I think they're going to be kind of question marks there, but I do like the bullpen a lot better. Down Mason Miller, that was huge, absolutely huge acquisition. So to complement Suarez or however they want to break it down, very tough to face that duo in the ninth inning. So
yeah,
maybe Peter Seidler there might be slaying the dragon. I don't know. We'll see. But I think I'm calling it. I think this is the year they get over the hump.
You know what? I agree with you because I think
Carlos, you're still sticking with your Dodgers.
No, I'm not. I'm sticking with I'm going with the Padres because of everything Jamal has just said and what I said before. I said this has to be the year the Padres win it, because then if the Dodgers get eliminated like in the first round, they're going to have time to rest. Now they're going to come back next season and beat up on you again. So if the Dodgers are beat up right now, tired of the World Series hangover, this is the year for the Padres. And if they don't do it, that's why I'm saying the case is they're going to choke. And if they choke, they're going to be the chokers moving forward. Because you still have the Brewers. Remember, the Brewers are the best team in the National League, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to choose the Dodgers right now, just the way they've been performing lately. I mean, you split a series against Colorado, and you don't win the series in San Diego. The way the Dodgers have been performing lately kind of questions if they could even make a deep run in the playoffs right now. They've been just so banged up with Tommy Edman in the IL, Ha-Seong Kim. The bullpen, it's all banged up. It feels like they just continue to call random up guys from AAA to just fill up and eat up innings. And when you look at that Padres bullpen, it's like night and day compared to each team right now. So I think the Padres take the edge right now. Let's hope that they continue with the much success. And, the Padre fans want to see them win. So hopefully they can make a run for the Dodgers money. So,
and adding to that, if they do win the World Series, that would solidify the rivalry even more, to be honest. I'm just throwing it out there because that's what happened with the Yankees, Red Sox, when they won it in 2004. That solidified the rivalry to become something great what it is now. So, I was saying that the Brewers have the best record in baseball. Are any of these teams be able to pass them? That's the question, right?
I think based on experience, I think these two teams could take the edge on the Brewers. Obviously the Brewers has been one of the hottest teams in baseball. They continue to find ways to win with the small ball, but I think the power that the Dodgers and Padres bring to this rotation and lineup is just a bit better. We just want to give a couple shout outs in the comment section. We got Chicks Who Loves Baseball says the Padres have to win a championship to cement the rivalry. Champagne, the Iconoclast, says Bryce Harper versus the Commission is the best rivalry. Yes, it is. Bryce Harper was out there throwing some shade to Mr. Rob Manfred. So, And then damn Dipping Dots also saying best rivalry in baseball is Jordan Westbrook versus IO. Man, somebody get Jordan Westbrook a good doctor out there. We need him to be playing, man. Fantasy baseball is hurting anybody that has Jordan Westbrook. I'm sorry, man. It didn't turn out to be a good draft pick this year. And but special shout out to everybody. If it's your first time listening, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Any other mentions before we move forward with our next topic? You guys are good.
Just going
you guys
back to the Dodgers Padres. Just going back to the Dodgers Padres really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I also think the Dodgers got to figure out something with Ohtani with the pitching.
Yes.
Like, I know Sheehan has come in. It's kind of piggybacked. Kasperius here and there. Barry Bonds actually. What would he know about baseball, right? But like he actually got on a podcast there, and I forget what the outlet was there, but he had mentioned that he thinks that Ohtani should give up pitching, maybe if he doesn't give it up entirely, maybe take a relief role to kind of conserve himself for the at bats. And I thought that was a pretty good take.
Yeah, but there's a rule. When Ohtani came to major leagues, they created this rule, which is the Ohtani rule, where he gets to pitch and be DH. If he comes out of the relief, and once he comes, like let's say he pitches the 8th, and he comes out in the 9th, he can't come bat anymore. That DH has given up, and that rule, I think all MLB is looking at it right now. I don't know why. They're probably going to try to modify it for some reason, but as of right now, if Ohtani comes out of the bullpen and it's not the 9th inning, it's like, let's say the 7th or 8th, and he's due up in the batting order, his turn has to be taken away and have a pinch hitter going to his role. So now the relief pitcher becomes a batter. So it's a crazy take, but that's what the DH is. And as of now, that's what's going on. But MLB's looking to see if they can change it. But I hope they don't. I hope they don't. Because then there's going to be more conspiracy theories out there, or people saying, "Oh, they're always doing this for Ohtani, and they're always doing it for the Dodgers." I'm tired of hearing all that. It's hard, man. It's hard being a Dodger fan right now. I'm not used to all this stuff. I know, Jamal, you're a Yankee fan. You get to hear all that stuff, right? And you get to experience. Oh, they spend a lot of money on their players. Well, this is new to all Dodger fans right now. All this spending money on players is super new. So we have to get used to it. All right, let's move forward, man. Let's move on to Tucker. He got injured. He's been injured since June. The Cubs didn't say anything. And I guess his batting average started slipping down. He couldn't hit the ball. So they put him on rest. And for some reason, everybody is speculating that he had a broken shin. And they finally came out and said, yeah, no, he's injured. He's injured. But they didn't say nothing back in June. Is this going to affect the Cubs moving forward? Ernie?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely breaks some trust issues with guys trying to sign in with the Chicago Cubs going forward. I mean, this guy's going into his contract year, potentially about to get $400 million in the upcoming offseason. You don't mention his injury. And you start struggling offensively in the second half. They've just been having a terrible second half to the season. None of the guys can seem to hit. And Kyle Tucker being banked up is not good for him. How are you going to have him playing at this level if he's not feeling 100% healthy? I just can't believe it. I know you're trying to win first place, but look at the Brewers. They continue to have so much success, even with guys banged up. So I'm really upset with the Chicago Cubs. I would have hoped they would have benched and put Tucker in the IL, just for his health and just for the deeper long run in the playoffs. Because if you think about it, this guy, he wants to play. He wants to get his money. He has the potential to make $400 million. He was banged up last season with that shin injury with the Astros. Missed like 60 plus games last year with that injury. I know he wants to play, but as a manager and front office, they have to do a better job and letting him rest and heal and focus on the playoffs instead of right now.
That's true. Jamal?
But maybe a date with Ernie's Angels there cures all ills.
It sure does.
The 3-game series there against against the Angels. Kyle Tucker 5 for 12, batting .417, 3 homers, 4 runs, 7 RBIs, and a 1.250 slug. So just absolutely. So maybe he's waking up here. I will say, I don't know. This might be maybe not as big an issue with Kyle or with the Cubs organization as it is. Maybe it's Kyle Tucker himself, because if you think back to last year, he had, I believe it was a calf injury with the Astros. And at first it was like, oh, it's going to be a la-di-da 10-day IL stint. And then wait a minute, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Month goes by and he's still on the chilling list. Like, what is going on here? And so I want to say it was like a month or a month and a half before, like after the announcement that it ended up being a really serious injury. I think the Astros called it a contusion, and it ended up being like a strain or a serious calf strain, and he was out for a couple months. So I don't know if this is maybe a history with Kyle Tucker and injuries where he's just like not fully disclosing this, like, hey, I'm good, like we're good, just let's shrug this off. And then it's come to find out maybe there's some battling within the organizations, like, no, you're not good. Take a break here. So I don't know. I'm thinking more and more now, 2 seasons in, maybe this is a Kyle Tucker thing.
You think so? I think it's contract year. I think he wants to play. He wants to prove everybody he's doing great. But at the same time, he has to stay, healthy. He wants to help the Cubs get to the World Series. Maybe that gives him a bigger contract at the end of the year. I know the Cubs are not going to sign him. Do you guys feel like the Cubs are going to sign him? I don't think they are, dude. I think he's going to go into free agency and he's going to get someone that's going to give him good money. But do you guys think the Cubs have a chance?
I think
not at all. And I feel like there's Sorry, I totally agree with you. PCA is going to get the money, and he's going to be a cheaper price than Kyle Tucker is. And unfortunately, the Chicago Cubs, that's how they run business. They go for the cheaper guy. And PCA, I mean, we got Damn Dipping Dot saying he's like looking like Henry Rowan Gardner from that movie. Oh my God, I can't think of the movie right now. I can't need his help.
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. What a great film right there, man. Yeah. Damn Dippy Dots, thanks for giving me a nice flashback into time when I was a kid. But yes, PCA is the one's going to get that contract paid up. And Kyle Tucker's going to probably be a Yankee. I'm just going to throw that out there. I think the Yankees, after this terrible year, they're going to go finally get their star to pair up with Aaron Judge. And I think Kyle Tucker will be the best guy to have next to Judge.
Damn. You agree with that, Jamal?
We got.
Oh, what's going on? Can you hear us? Oh, he stepped out. All right. Well, once we get him back, we'll oh, there we go. Jamal, did you hear that?
I didn't quite catch the last part. What was the question? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you. So that was Kyle Tucker. Ernie said that the Yankees might get him next year, pair him up with Aaron Judge. Do you think that's going to happen?
Oh, you know what? Hey, anything can happen, man. If look at what the Dodgers have been able to do. So I'm not going to rule that out. But as a Yankee fan, who knows? I mean, I'm already licking my chops at that. But thanks, Ernie. You get my hopes up here already. I've been looking forward to the off season. So, no, but hey, that would be a formidable duo right there. I would hate as a starting pitcher to see them. What would it be? 2-3 in the lineup there. Whew. Yeah.
2 and 3. Dang, that'll be a nice lineup if he does sign with the Yankees. The Yankees have a lot of players that are going to be up for free agency, so they have a problem, or not a problem, but they have the first baseman issue, which Paul Goldschmidt only signed for 1 year. You have Bellinger that's going to be a free agent next year. There goes Kyle Tucker, maybe that position, we don't know. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of answers a lot of questions to be answered at the end of the season. But the season's not over yet, man. Don't give up on your team. Keep rooting for your team. Keep pushing for your team. I'm still pushing for my team, even though I said the Padres should win the division, should win, go all the way to the World Series. I still have faith in my team, but looking at it as a baseball fan, we're looking at teams, we're looking at bullpens, we're looking at the lineup, and sometimes that gives you a little bit more of an edge to pick on that team. All right, our last segment on this show, we do have the baseball realignment. Rob Manfred came out saying that he's going to get two more expansion teams by 2029. I think he retires after 2029, I believe. And I don't know if you looked at the graphic or the pictures. You have the NL and the AL still, but you have them more realigned. You have them more together. There's only 4 teams, and there's 8 divisions now. So there's not going to be a wild card anymore. Everybody's going to be playing in the division, and they have to win the division. Have you guys seen those pictures? Sorry, I couldn't upload it because we have the 3 screens. I won't be able to show it, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Definitely. There's been a lot of realignment proposals out there by everybody these days. I feel like even Real Talk Baseball has to make their own these days, but there's been a lot of those proposals. Let's just say that there's some good ones and there's some bad ones. Let's be real. There's no way we could break up some top rivalries like the Yankee Red Sox. There's no way we could break up the Chicago and Cardinals one right there. And there's just the Dodgers, Padres, and Giants have to all stick together. It's just weird for me. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of it. I think all MLB fans right now are kind of like, you know what, Manfred, what the heck are you doing? Just keep it as is. No need to add more teams. We like the way it is. But Manfred always has these bright ideas, and he always trying to find ways to renovate this game and make it fresh again. And let's just say most MLB fans don't really agree with the guy, and we really don't like his proposals. And let's just say that I'm not a big fan of it. As much as I really want to like this, I just don't. And I think it's just fine the way it is. Can you guys agree with me? Or am I the crazy one?
I don't know. I'll answer after Jamal goes. Go ahead, Jamal.
Yeah, I don't know if I could say I'm a fan of it either. I was looking at it earlier today in the Southwest. I was like, that's a no-go. As the immortal words of Randy Jackson there, that's a no for me, dog. The initial, I think you had Padres. I think it looked like Padres, Dodgers, and
Angels.
Diamondbacks. I forget there was another team in there, but it wasn't the Giants. And I was like, man, how can you not? I know the rivalry has cooled, but like the historic rivalry. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So just the historic rivalry there, you still need the Giants in that division if you're going to do that. It's just, you got to have that based on historic, just like you were saying, Ernie, about, Cubs and Cardinals, Yankees and Red Sox, Giants and Dodgers has to be a thing too. But all in all, I'm not sure I'm for this. I think just keep it the way it is.
Okay, thank you. Not the only one.
So they're going to add 2 expansion teams. Of course, we still don't know what teams they are or what states are going to be able to hold these MLB teams. But it looks like it's 8 divisions. And if you go and do what they have on Fox is the one that has the more, they have the map. They have the closest teams that are going to be in the same division. But you're losing rivalries, of course. And not only that, you're making powerhouses of a freaking division. Like you have the AL Northeast, which you have the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, and the Phillies. That's a powerful freaking division. One team out of that division is going to make it to the playoffs. That's a powerhouse. Now you're looking at the Midwest Atlantic. You have the Orioles, Nationals, Pirates, and Guardians. Then you go to the AL Southeast, Braves, Marlins, Tampa Bay, and the expansion team. That looks kind of already lopsided because the Braves have the best team out of all those, So it's like it's not fair to some of these teams that are going to come up. So I think realigning the freaking divisions, I don't think it's a good thing, unless you look at other ways to improve the game. Because if this is going to improve the game or it's going to get more fans, cool, do it. But just looking at it right now is not, for me, it's not, because you have teams that are powerhouses in that division. And then you have divisions that don't have any powerhouse of a team. And that's just not good for baseball. It's not great for baseball. So we'll see what happens moving forward. Rob Manfred did just say that it's going to be something that he's going to look at. But he does want to go ahead and push that agenda of having 2 expansion teams. We haven't had an expansion team since we got the Marlins and Rockies, which was the Diamondbacks and the Rays, which was in the 97, 98, season. So that's a long time ago, man. So, I mean, if it does happen, good for baseball. If it doesn't, good for baseball anyway. But we'll see what happens after. When is if we're gonna? You guys think we're gonna have a strike in 2027?
Possibly, and I think that's where they're gonna decide what two teams are coming to the major leagues.
Right
Now I gotta ask you, with two teams being added to the majors, now are the playoffs? Are they gonna expand with more teams? Because now you're talking about 32 teams. There's no way only 12 teams make it the playoffs. There has to be at least 16 teams making it. It's gonna be like the NBA, where you gotta have the first top 8 seeds coming from one league, and the top 8 seeds coming from the National League, and one from the American League.
Yeah. It's playoffs going to expand. I mean, they should expand. It's going to be longer. It's going to be probably a 3-game series like they do now in the wild card. But it should if there's more teams. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Jamal?
Yeah, it's, I think yeah, you're gonna have to get some form, like you were saying, Carlos, like New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies, New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox. You're telling me that one like 2 or 3 of those teams or whatever doesn't make it? Like that's just I can't see that.
Yeah, I don't like it. I want to see one of those teams in the playoffs. And you're looking at the Angels, Padres, Diamondbacks, and Dodgers. And those are going to be battle out. There's that Angels Dodgers going to be a big time rivalry, and that's what kind of makes me feel like, okay, that's a good idea. But then you're ruling out the Giants Dodgers, which is a historic freaking rivalry, and this is what Rob Manfred has every baseball fan talking about right now, and a lot of people are not agreeing with it. So maybe this take is more like, if it happens, good. If it doesn't, then good for baseball. But I think the expansion teams for sure are going to happen. And once it does happen, that's where we're going to start seeing a lot of people interested in seeing what's going to happen in the future. But we'll see what happens. All right. Any other stuff you guys want to talk about?
I just want to mention, as much as we don't like this realignment, it's possibly going to happen, and we just got to get used to it, because Rob Manfred wants more sales, more tickets, more money for the game, and it's only going to help grow these other cities. Like we have Portland, Nashville being mentioned, 2 major cities that are up and coming. Nashville is like a city that everybody's moving into, and baseball is a team they really need out there in the Southeast. Portland's another team that could bring a huge fan base. They do have a huge basketball market there and could sell out every game. I mean, teams like that, if you guys watch MLS, Portland Timbers, they sell out every game. They have a huge fan base. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity to expand the MLB and only grow it. So it's a good thing. Let's not, as much as I don't like it, it's going to be a better thing for the game.
Yeah, and it has. We don't even notice the time anymore. I remember I was against it, and I said, I don't think I like it. But now I really tell what I don't even. It's part of the game now. It's like it's been there forever. And then they're going to implement the EBS or ABS system next year with the strikes. Yes, after seeing the Padres series, like, yeah, I want I want those in now. Like, man, so many strikes, so many balls called that weren't balls, and so many strikes called that were balls, dude. It's like, it's crazy, man. I'm ready for it. I don't know where Jamal went. Jamal, you're still hearing us? Jump back in, dude. We're still on. Go ahead, Ernie. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, yeah, man. I just want to say that there's a lot of baseball left. We have one more month of baseball left, and there's going to be a lot of exciting series coming up. I mean, this Dodger Padres being tied for first place is definitely one of the ones to watch. Both teams will no longer face each other. They still got 31 games left into the season. It's going to be a wild run for both teams. And I know that if you know any Padres fan right now, they want to win the division. This could mean the most for them, and only solidify themselves as the best team from the NOS. And I think that's what they want to be and want to prove. Yeah. Now, this Yankee team, on the other hand, they had a rough weekend, and Roman Anthony finally proved to be a stud, showing that he's going to be the next big thing in Boston. And then with Greg Crochet having a shutout performance like he did yesterday, showing that he's a true ace in that Boston rotation. And that Boston team is a little scary, you ask me. They have some deep weapons that could surprise some teams.
Yeah, yeah, and the Yankees just beat the Red Sox, so the Red Sox are only a half game on top of the Yankees, but they are still part of that wild card team. They are going to be, going to playoffs if you keep playing the same way. I mean, well, they need to play a little bit better, of course, but if they keep winning and winning series, they'll be okay. You have the Seattle Mariners; they're 3-7 of their last 10. They're not playing good baseball. The Astros weren't playing good baseball; they're just a little bit better. Do you see any of these teams that are in the playoff contention not making it to the playoffs?
I mean, right now, the way the American League is looking, it looks like it's pretty set.
It's
I
pretty
don't see
solidified, huh?
it really is. I mean, the
Yeah.
Royals have just can't get it together. They're 7-3 in their last 10, but somehow they just can't seem to get their offense clicking. And Benny Pasquantino has been on hot fire recently. But it's Bobby Witt. I don't know. I mean, he plays great, but he's been a bit inconsistent this season. And I mean, I think that's been the reason why they've fallen a little short and are sitting in fourth place right now for that wild card spot, 3 games back. I'm not sure if they could really catch up to that Mariners or Yankee team right now, the way they're built.
True.
Now, in the National League, I mean, we got the Cincinnati Reds. They're still 1.5 back from those New York Mets. They have a chance to make it too, man. But I don't know, with this Mets team, it's been a little bit skeptical. Their rotation has just not been the answer. I mean, they just lost Frankie Montas to UCL injury, which is a huge loss. I mean, Griffin Canny lost to a torn Achilles. Kodai Senga, he's been the only pitcher that's been performing really well for them.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Frankie Lindor, Juan Soto, and Pete Alonso, they're doing their best what they could do, but the pitching is just not holding up for this Mets team. And the Reds, as much as I want the Reds to make it, I don't know what to expect with them. I mean, they do have some top talent there, but we don't know what's going to happen down this last month of baseball. Anything is possible. It could be the Reds in the playoffs come this time next month. So we'll see what happens, Carlos. Do you think these playoff matchups are pretty much solidified, these playoff seeds?
For the American League, I feel they are. They're more solidified than they are in the National League. I still feel like this series coming up for the Reds is going to determine a lot of things. They're coming down to LA. They're playing the Dodgers. And if they can squeak 2 out of those 3 in that series, they got a good shot, good possibility, because usually the teams that play the Dodgers and leave the Dodgers, they start playing a lot better baseball. I guess something sparks in them and say, hey, this is playoff baseball. We have to start playing it now. There's only 30 games left. This is the last month of baseball. So if the Reds are going to try to make that push, they need to at least go a little bit more above than 15 wins in these last 30 games. They have to at least go 22 games and 8. And that for sure will put them in the playoff mix. But the Mets are another team that you just said, they keep playing baseball, but then you just kind of see them fall apart in the bullpen. And, I don't know what's going on with the Mets, dude. Last year we saw them. By this time, they were already stepping it up. They were playing good baseball. They didn't have Juan Soto. Imagine if they had Juan Soto for that run last year. I think they could have possibly beat the Dodgers and gone to the World Series. Now they have Juan Soto. Now they can go ahead and do what they did last year, and maybe we'll see a new team coming up September. So it's going to be some fun baseball, dude. But I do see the Mets winning out. Like I said, maybe the Reds just need to have to play a lot.
That's true, man. We got an interesting series this weekend. We have the Mets and Phillies this week, Monday through Wednesday. It's going to be a great matchup. We'll see how this Mets team pairs up against this Phillies, and if they could at least compete against this NL East rival. But, man, we're excited for baseball. I mean, we're ready for the playoffs. I think everybody's ready at this point. We're watching teams either falling apart or teams picking it up and picking up steam. We'll see what happens, Carlos, but we're ready here. We'll be here on Real Talk Baseball every Sunday night, breaking down all these top games, top weekend series. Make sure to tune in. Jamal, we just want to say thank you for stopping by. We had a great show. I know we had a lot of technical difficulties, guys. We really apologize for that. It's been a minute since we've dealt with that, but we'll try to figure out what's wrong on our end, and we'll make sure to have a better connection for the next show. And if this is your first time listening, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. The channel continues to grow, and we're really thankful for that. I mean, we're looking about even adding more shows down the road for the playoff run. I mean, we're going to try our best to have the best content for you guys out there. So, Carlos, any last mentions? Thank you.
Yes, man. There's going to be a lot of good matchups this week, so I'm looking forward to it. And, Jamal hasn't popped back up, but we want to thank him for everything. I already said it, but I want to give my thanks to him because he's always been on here. He's been one of our followers for a while now, and this is appreciation for him to, come out in our show. And, we want to show everybody he has good baseball knowledge, because every time he types in there, he's putting some good suggestions. He's putting good topics. He's talking baseball. And this is what we do all the time. We talk baseball and we talk to our followers, because we want you guys to be part of the show. And that's why we do it live. But yeah, I mean, that's it, dude. If he didn't come back on, I'll text him. I'll let him know. I'm pretty sure he wanted to give his thanks, but I guess he's not popping up. And the internet's probably messed up because the Nina thing that's going on right now, I guess, is cloudy a lot of places. So this is what's going on. But yeah, man. So from all of us here on Real Talk Baseball, I'm Carlos Baseball. This is Ernie Orange, Real Talk Baseball, signing out.